Well, I don't see the point in waiting any longer, so let's bring her out. The star attraction, the one you came to see. Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, Miss Judy Gold.
It's a good feeling when you're out there and you hear Dave laughing.
Right.
You know, that was always a great compliment.
So, time goes on. You did 2 one-night stands for HBO.
Right.
You get this show night after night.
Yeah, that was I did this special during Night After Night.
Right.
I got Night After Night in '89.
So '89 was. It wasn't Comedy Central. There was
Comedy Channel
and the Comedy Channel.
It was a Comedy Channel.
Right.
They were auditioning again.
Right.
Every comedian in the world.
And you didn't really want it.
No.
You went into this audition to host this late night show.
No, just to be one of the hosts, like VJs. It was just put out, and I didn't give a crap, and I was apathetic. And
right. That's the best way to go into an audition.
I called this woman. I set it up early. I'm going to call this. I'm seeing this woman on the side.
Right.
I called her up. I goes, "Is my bath going to be ready tonight?" Yeah, she likes to take care of me. Really snarky and smoking cigarettes. Didn't give a crap. And Michael Fuchs, the head of HBO, saw it and go, "Hey, that's our late night guy right there." So that was it. I thought it would last 3 months. It went over about 3 years, just over 3 years.
And it was 3 hours long.
At the beginning it was.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous. And then they whittled it down to an hour and a half.
Right.
And then finally we said, we just need a regular talk show.
Right.
So we did a 1 hour talk show. Sue Fellows was the producer.
Right.
Scott Carter.
Oh, Scott Carter's the best. Yeah.
Yeah, he was a very close friend of mine. Unfortunately, we had a falling out.
You did? With Scott?
Yeah.
I can't imagine having a falling out with Scott.
I know. Nobody can.
Are you still having the falling out?
No, I mean, I kind of made up to him.
Right.
In '95, I saw him in Aspen, and went over, gave him a hug, no hard feelings. But I really don't hang with him anymore.
Right.
But we were very, very tight.
Oh, what a great guy.
Yeah.
So it was definitely your fault.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Yeah.
All right.
You know how that goes.
Yeah. So, all right. So
he's a great guy, though.
Yeah, he is.
Well respected. So. But
he's brillante. I mean, his vocabulary
very
is
smart.
like.
Listen, I handpicked him. I said, "This is the guy I want to work."
And then he ended up, Bill Maherring.
Yeah, he smart. Bill Maher sent a memo over. I think Scott was the only one that replied and jumped on it and saw the potential.
Right.
And it was a great move. I mean, Maher's first one night stand, his first HBO special I saw, and it was all political.
Right.
It was brilliant.
Right.
Now, it had a shelf life of 3 months because it changes.
Right.
So if you would have told me back then that Bill Maher and Jon Stewart are going to be political giants, of course. I saw it coming. Night after night, the last year, if I got sick, they go, "We're going to replace you with Jon Stewart if you have to get sick." That was the healthiest year of my life.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah, because I knew. And he came in, he asked for a writing job. I go, "John, you don't want to write for me."
Right.
I go, "You're going to have your own show someday."
Right.
You don't want to be, listen, I'd love to give you a job, but I don't want to hire comedians because if you come up with a good line, you're going to keep it for yourself.
Right, and not give it to me.
You're going to, I remember saying to John, "You're going to be just fine, John."
Right.
And I'm delighted, but not surprised at his, success.
Yeah. Okay, on your show, Nick Bakay was your sidekick.
Yeah, the funniest man in show business, in my opinion, more than comedians.
Yeah.
Nick Bakay, on the natch, off the cuff,
right.
writing, now running the show Mom.
Right.
Nick Bakay, just hire the guy. I mean, funny, nice. You talk about smart. Nick is deep smart.
Right.
And knowledgeable and great to work with, and he gets it.
Right.
So it was fantastic. He gave me his book. He auditioned as a writer. He was, and so I was taking a flight out to L.A. And as the plane is taking off and banking out of JFK, I read like 3 pages. I go, "This is a guy."
Right.
I had really good writers too.
Right.
John Averill, John Deravlaney, Dave Hansen, Dave the Weatherman, and
Dave the Weatherman,
Chris and Sam. It was just, I had great writers. It was a fun show.
The thing that was so great about the show was that it was relaxed. It was, you had a desk, but you sat in front of it and did your monologue. Every comic wanted to be on that fucking show.
See, I didn't know that.
Yes.
I had more comics on. I did not. I wasn't aware of that.
Oh, yes. Every comic. And I still remember the logo.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a great logo.
I came up with the name like right away. Like they gave me this
Right.
before I hired anybody. Just because Arsenio was hot, then
Right.
Carson was out, Letterman,
Right.
Pat Sage. He had all these talk shows on, so that's why I put the chair in front of the desk.
Right.
It was Mike Rose or maybe Pat Whitney, who
Right.
was a producer on the show. Idea for Audience of One. Which
Right.
is a great idea.
Audience of One is awesome.
Another one, this girl who was 16.
Uh-huh.
She was an Audience of One. She gave me a little sculpture. She came by and saw me at the Fat Black Pussycat.
No way.
The Comedy Cellar. Just like 10 days ago.
No way. How
So
old?
cool.
Now she's in her early 40s.
Wow.
And then she was gorgeous. I go, you
Right.
look great. And I go, man, I could have married her at 16. It would have been a scandal, but I could have made it work.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
And you had Dave the Weatherman.
Dave the Weatherman, Dave Hansen.
Right.
And he went on to write for Letterman,
Right.
Leno, and still writing today. Everybody went on to good success.
Now,
Excuse me.
the show,
Which
it's
didn't surprise me.
right.
I told people, I go, I'll be asking you for jobs someday.
Right.
You're going to be fine.
Right. Now, the show itself lasted 3 years, but ended because of politics.
Yeah,
correct?
politics. The ratings were going up. I don't know what happened. There was a transition period. There was someone attached to the show that shouldn't have been. They didn't know what they were doing. I don't want to mention names.
Jewish?
No.
Okay.
But and I was kind of a little burnt out, but it was time to go.
Right.
And in retrospect, I was kind of depressed after that. I missed doing the show.
Right.
But then once my acting took off, which is why I came to New York.
Right. You wanted to be on Broadway.
Yeah, I wanted to be on Broadway. It's the only thing I haven't done.
Right.
I've done everything.
Same with me.
Movies, TV,
Right.
commercials, pie eating contests for
Right.
corporations,
I've done
jugglers.
off Broadway,
And
I
you did Shakespeare in the Park. Like, that's Broadway actors
What?
want
You
to
did?
do that.
Yeah, I did Shakespeare
You, like,
in the Park.
What'd
You
you do?
skipped Broadway.
There was an all-female Taming of the Shrew. I played Gremio.
Fantastic. When'd you do that?
2016.
Fantastic.
Is that
I didn't know that.
Broadway?
Yeah. Okay, look, Shakespeare in the Park and doing something at Lincoln Center, I think, are kind of like skipping Broadway.
All right, but I still just want
Yeah,
to
of
be
course.
in
No,
it.
I know what you mean, but
You know.
that's nothing to sneeze at,
Yeah.
darling. That's
Yeah,
great.
that was
See, I love
amazing.
theater. That's what I did.
I
in
love
college,
theater too.
and but there's not a lot of
Me
money in it.
too.
You gotta
Yeah, I
work your
know.
ass off.
I have lost so much money doing theater, but learned beyond anything. That's the problem. It's like, and my agent's like, Judy, you really have to do this. I'm like, yeah, but I have all this work, and you don't understand. And I followed my gut, and now I have no fucking money. Okay, but
See
now
what happened, kids? Don't follow your gut.
yeah, exactly. So, there was one thing during your show that sort of legitimized you. Warren Zevon was booked on your show,
Right.
and
And he's coming the next day.
yeah, and you get a call that he's canceling.
He's sick.
He's sick.
Yeah.
He ends up doing Letterman.
No, he
he-
did Letterman the night before.
Right.
Letterman came up to him after I heard the skinny
Oh, all right.
and said, "I'm glad you only do our show,"
Right.
because he had heard that he was doing our show.
Right.
Letterman. And so they canceled. Everybody's bummed out.
Right.
It was like, no, guys. Letterman's threatened. This is
Right.
this is-
That's
this is legit. Now we're
legitimizing. Yeah.
legitimate. It's funny. About 4 months later, I'm out in L.A. Go to
Right.
Hugo's, first time there, and I see a guy. He was Arsenio's band guy. Used to play at the Improv.
Right.
I forget the dude's name.
Oh yeah. I love him.
Yeah.
Fuck. I have his. Oh,
I know. Anyway,
this is awful.
he's
Yeah.
sitting at Hugo's having
And he's
breakfast.
Jewish as well. Go ahead.
And he's sitting with Warren Zevon.
Right.
And he goes, Alan. I come over and he goes, we're talking. He goes, Alan, this is Warren Zevon. Warren, hi, how do you do? Nice to meet you. And I almost said to him, I'm glad you're feeling better.
Oh, that would have been hilarious.
But he had cancer at the time. He had just found out.
Ooh.
He had,
Oh, that was good following your gut.
yeah, I decided not to say it. How bad would I have felt
Oh my God.
If I was snarky to
Right.
him, I'm glad you're healthy now.
Right.
And he died within a year
Right.
after that.
His name's Michael.
Yeah, Michael. Nice guy.
Yeah, the greatest
Couldn't have
guy.
been nicer.
And so fucking talented. I'm looking it up. Hold on, please. Michael.
And Zevon looked kind of sheepish.
Right.
So it was, and I loved Warren Zevon, and it was a real
Right.
disappointment that he wasn't on the show. That first album of his, Lawyers, Guns, and Money,
Oh.
is a perfect album.
Okay, great. I have nothing
So kids,
here.
Google them, get
Right.
that album. Don't download it. Go to your old, CD store, and it's there.
You were also on the
I feel like I'm being interrogated by a cop.
I'm gonna take a break. No, you were. On the cop shows, they always leave the room for a minute to take a break.
Good
so
cop,
they're-
bad cop.
Yeah.
Yeah, make them sweat.
Yeah. So.
I'm with a lesbian and a tranny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you like this?
Lucky day.
Could
Listen,
give a fucking shit.
community college. That's
Yeah.
where I got comfortable with everybody.
Everyone. Okay.
Nothing intimidates me.
So
Well, I won't say that, but
you were on the short list to replace Letterman.
yeah. Yeah, they had a big audition out in L.A.
Now, for this audition, did you give a shit?
Yeah.
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 But Lorne Michaels was the producer. He had
Right.
already seen me on the new show. New show didn't go well. I don't think, I just think he wasn't thinking about me. And then Conan, of course.
Who had never? Now, I remember.
I think he had done improv once and loved it.
Right.
And said I should have the show and walked out of the room.
It's just
And
amazing.
then there was silence, and Lauren said, "Well, what about Conan?" And that's how he.
Do
got
you
the
think
show.
it was just the confidence that he had?
Yeah, and I think Lauren is a risk taker. He followed
Right.
his gut. Let's go with Conan.
Right. Got.
You know?
Uh,
Very tough at the beginning for Conan.
yeah, I remember because I remember thinking this guy's never done stand up and he's going to do a monologue.
Yeah,
And it was.
it was rough for him.
Yeah.
It really was. He's grown into it. He's gotten
Yeah.
better.
And he has Mike Sweeney, who
And
I love.
yeah,
The greatest guy
he's
ever.
He's
Yeah.
a fantastic writer.
Yeah.
He's great, and the show worked out.
Yeah. And he's
a
funny.
and a girl I was dating at the time was working on the show.
Really?
Yeah, so it was kind of weird.
Wow.
But I saw Conan right after the auditions, maybe a month later. I was
Yeah.
at the Four Seasons. Conan was getting on elevator. I went, Conan. Didn't know him. Came out. I said, congratulations. And I go, and good luck. I go, I mean that. Because
Yeah.
I know how tough it is
Right.
to do a talk show. I didn't say that.
Right.
But if anybody gets a gig, obviously I was disappointed. I wasn't next in line. I
Right.
wasn't second or third.
Right.
I was in the mix,
Right.
But, and I think I know who they really liked was Scott LaRose
Oh, yeah.
that night, who was kind of the
Right.
MC, and
Right.
they thought he was
Right.
pretty good. But anybody that gets a part, I'm always, good for them.
I feel like that too.
I want people to succeed.
Right.
Even
and
if
there's
they
room
beat me
for
out.
everyone. There is room for
No, there
everyone.
isn't. There's not room for
There isn't?
No, there's not room for everyone.
Fuck.
I know.
I thought there was room for everyone.
No, sorry. It's amazing how if I say something, you listen to me because I'm older and
Yeah.
I'm a Gentile.
Not that much
What's this?
older.
What?
This is our Facebook Live bullshit.
Okay.
Okay, so
People are flipping out over you, by the way.
Oh,
Yeah.
very nice.
B. Jason Willett. That's fucking Havey. Neato.
Oh.
Nito. See, that's your audience. Nito.
Hey, I love it. And here's another thing about this ageism thing. Young people like anything that's funny. They don't care.
I know. That's
Yeah,
what
they
I'm
don't
talking
care.
about.
Good music,
Netflix told me I do not fit their algorithm. So
That is, you should put that on the front of your website.
I just, it's like I feel like I get funnier and funnier the older I get,
Yeah.
because I have more life experience. I am fearless. I don't care. Like I used to care, oh, if I say that, I won't get this. And now it's just like I love being on stage and I just want to be a great stand-up.
But it's not you they're worried about. It's their audience.
Right.
The audience loves funny.
Right.
Doesn't matter.
Right. It's
know.
like Joan Rivers was never more relevant at
Right.
82.
Yep.
So I can't deal with that. Okay. So
And talk about the algorithm. 10 years ago, if you had gone to taken Downton Abbey, how many
Yeah.
networks would have turned it down?
right.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody's interested in this.
Right.
This is happened 100 years ago. Nobody's interested in. a bunch of lords and ladies,
Right.
And,
Fucking addicted to that show.
mean-
oh, hey, listen, the guy that played Carson was in Thailand on a biking
Right.
tour with his wife, and people came out of a village, like a small
No
Thai
way.
village.
Mr.
They probably
Carson.
yeah.
I love him.
Carson, they're running them down, and they probably have like one TV in
Right,
the village
right,
with
right.
a battery cable on it,
That's
Mr. Carson.
A good story will grab you,
Right.
I mean, listen, Mad Men was shopped around.
that's what I
Well,
was just trying to say.
let's just talk. I'm going to just mention a couple.
I only have about
15,
13 minutes.
13?
Yeah,
You said,
2. I guess.
fuck.
Yeah, exactly 13.
God damn it,
It's not a
Alan.
hard out, but I just.
Yeah, I'm getting a hard on. I'm just going to mention a couple of things. Seinfeld. These are just a few shows that Alan has appeared on.
Oh, loved it.
Seinfeld, Curb, Free Ride, Men of a Certain Age, Louie, Good Luck Charlie, The Office, Hail Caesar, and one of my favorite characters of all time, Lou Avery on Mad Men. I saw you on Mad Men, and I was like, you are a fucking brilliant actor.
Yeah,
Oh, thank
Because
you.
you were
a dick.
such a great, humorless, like fucking asshole. I hated you. I fucking hated you.
You're a great actor too, and that's what I found out about comics who don't pursue comedy because they want to be a comic, but who are kind of just born like that, and do it whether they want to or not. Kind of, they're compelled. So,
But
your
I've
true
always
storytelling-
taken acting class, and you
Right.
have to
Yeah,
keep.
I studied
yeah,
acting.
Same.
I wanted to be an actor.
Yeah.
So.
But
But-
those the really great comics do such good drama and such good serious
But some of them
Did you
can't
see
act.
Informant with Soderbergh.
No. Oh yes, I did. I
Yes,
did. I
yeah.
did. I did.
Yeah, I was lucky to get in
Yeah.
that movie. You look at Rick Overton, Patton Oswalt, Tom Papa,
Yeah, that was a great. Yeah.
Smothers Brothers. Both of them were in.
Right.
All the actors, Jimmy Brogan, all the actors
Were comics.
Yeah, and they did really good
Yeah.
jobs. There was no weak links in there.
Right.
If anyone, it was me.
Now,
I don't like
I'm
to
telling
watch
you,
myself,
you're
but-
such a good fucking
Well,
actor.
thank you. But I'm just saying, comedians can do drama.
Right.
yeah,
fantastic.
like really well.
Some don't.
some
Some don't know how to listen. But they're, whatever.
But that's not who I'm talking about.
So
Well, going back to Mad Men,
yeah.
First of all, I was a huge fan of the show.
Mm-hmm.
Because I told John Slattery when I got first cast on
Right.
the show. You might as well,
I love
as well
him.
be 5 years old and tell me I'm going to be on the Honeymooners.
Right.
That's how much I love
I love that show.
Mad Men. So when I go in and I get, the bigger role, my role is upsized. I'm going to
Right.
take over for Don Draper.
I know.
Which was still unbelievable.
Right. How did
The
that?
acting,
Yeah.
first of all, the direction was clear.
Right.
The writing was brilliant.
Right.
The actors were rock solid. They've been
Right.
doing those characters for 5 years.
Right.
I walk in and, intimidated as hell, scared to death, and got in and I just, nobody said, hey, good luck. Or they just figured if you're here, you can do this.
Right. Right. Right.
It was effortless in so many ways because everything was set. The crew
Right.
was great. So it was, and I told Matt Weiner after about 3 episodes, he
Yeah.
said, hey, he goes, how's it going? I go, honestly, the reality is better than the fantasy.
Right.
The reality, and that rarely happens.
So, did you audition for that?
Yeah. And I auditioned to do those little spots in season 6.
Right.
When I just pop in.
Right.
And then I had to re-audition. He wanted to make sure I could
Right.
act. If not, it would have gone to John Lithgow or something.
Right. Right. Right.
He wanted to make sure I could do full scenes, and so
Who else? Do you know who else was up for it?
no.
So-
I don't think they had anybody yet.
Right.
But I went into audition, and then I got it.
And
but the first day,
Yeah.
they shot all my scenes on the first day back in sequence.
Wow.
So, and I knew if I had been okay,
Right.
they would have, they would have had no qualms in saying, you know what, he's good, but
Right.
he's too nervous or
Right. Right. Right.
blah blah blah.
So
I'm sure they would have replaced me.
Who did you
Solid,
all right.
solid
What
work.
was it like being on that set? Like that set was flawless. Flawless.
I walked. First of all, I sat in every chair.
Right.
Like during
Right.
film meeting.
Right.
I'm going to be in Peggy's office.
Right.
Like, I'm going to be in Don.
Right, right, right.
Old office.
Right.
I'll be in Robert Morris' office.
Right.
Come get me.
Right.
And the PAs were great. They go, we'll find you. I'd walk around and I'd see a stack of papers on the
Right.
secretary's desk.
Right.
And I'd reach down the middle and pull it out. Typewritten, perfect memo.
No way.
Not just like blank piece of paper.
Right,
It was
right,
just
right.
everything. I looked at the books on the
Right.
shelves. It was incredible. I was so goddamn happy.
Oh, I bet.
Every,
That's a gift.
we always have those little things we want. I wanted nothing.
Right.
This is it.
I would have been in fucking like a pig in shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's, what you ever think, how
Right.
happy you would be, you
Right.
were. I was. It was, and here's the thing. I couldn't tell anybody.
Right.
I had to lie to everyone
Right.
but my wife.
Aww.
I had to come up with a cover lie.
Right. So what would
Like
you say?
the CIA, I
Yeah.
would say, I'm doing an independent movie. This guy shoots downtown.
Yeah.
He's from France.
Right,
He
right,
meets
right.
me at different times.
Right.
I play a detective.
Right, right,
And I
right.
can't, he doesn't want me to talk about it. So I
Right.
had to create, and one of my best friends, who's always been supportive, great guy, we had a falling out. He was angry because I didn't tell him.
Oh my! You couldn't tell him.
No, and the season before, I mentioned it to him, and he told his son. I said, "That's it." My wife.
Right.
He goes, not because he has a big mouth. He was so happy. for
Right,
me.
right, right.
I said, I knew I couldn't tell him. I had
Right.
to lie to him for months, and he didn't like it.
Did you feel nostalgic like walking through those offices?
Yeah.
Like the stapler and the
oh, yeah,
pencil
I was right
sharpener.
there.
Yeah.
Well, watching the show, I felt.
Yeah, I always felt
For
like, oh
5
my God, can I just go back to that period of time and not have a fucking cell phone?
Well, I wasn't in New York. I
Right.
was a kid growing up, but I was like Sally's age.
Right,
you
right,
know.
right.
It was great. It was fantastic. And it kept getting better and better. The scenes were better. The actors, I got to work with a bunch of actors.
Right.
Didn't get to do a scene with Betty, that would've
Right,
been
right,
fun.
right.
But I got to work with Joan.
Right.
And Liz Moss was,
She's amazing.
yeah, and a joy to work with.
Right.
And she's one of the first ones to kind of, after we worked together, she said, "Hey, you're doing great." And,
Oh,
so-
she gave you a little.
Yeah, she gave
You're
me a little,
okay, yeah.
And at one point, like we hadn't even talked, she just looked over and she gave me a little wink.
Oh God, I would have come in my pants.
I had such a crush on her.
Oh
and
please, hello.
Here's the thing: I brought my wife to the Christmas party.
Right.
We were allowed to bring my
Right.
kids. This is still, and she met Ham. He was still
Right.
shooting, so she met Don Draper.
And freaked.
I disappeared.
Did you get a blowjob that night?
Did I? No, Draper did. No, she was in heaven.
When did
everyone was nice to her. When people stop me, and go, "Hey, I loved you on Mad Men." If I have time, I go, "Just so you know, if you love the show, everyone's great. Everyone was a good person."
That is
bet.
really cool of
Yeah.
you.
What?
Well,
It's true. How
always-
did you meet your wife?
She was checking coats at Green Street back in '84.
God, I love that.
Fall of '84, and we went out, and I fell in love.
And
And then we stayed together, and we broke up for a while.
right,
And I went out with someone else, and it was a big mistake.
Right.
I got back with her, and I had some wonderful, wonderful affairs.
right.
But I go, no, this is
who you want.
Yeah, this is it.
And what does she do?
She's a fine artist,
Mm-hmm.
and she was doing well, but
Right.
she wanted to make her own money.
Right.
This is before we got married. She didn't
Right.
know if I was going to be around. I told her I got.
Wow, that's so unusual for a comic.
Oh, she's very independent.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for a comic.
Yeah.
So she goes, I'm going to go in '07 when everyone was jumping out the window. She went to UCLA and got a job there and moved around. Now she's with the Institute of Environment and Sustainability.
Oh, that's
and she does
awesome.
really good work there.
She must love Scott Pruitt. All right, since we're on a fucking budget of time here.
Not budget. Come on, I've been here an hour so far.
All right, but you're a fascinating person, Mr. Havey.
I know, but you always leave them wanting more.
I know.
Wanting more. By the way, Edinburgh.
Yeah.
Do we have anybody
Yep. I have
over
the
there in
dates
the
now.
UK?
Oh, we got people
Yeah,
all over the world.
It's funny because I do. Have
I'm going
a
to be
lot.
in London at the Comedy Store. I'm going to be in Manchester at the Comedy Store. I'm going to be in Belfast.
August here. Let me put. these things
How
on there.
is it?
August 2nd
right.
and August 26th, he's going to be at the Edinburgh Fringe Festival. July 26th and July 28th, the Comedy Store in London. And July 19th, July 21st. I don't know if you're going to be listening to this then or no, I can't do math at the moment. Comedy Store in Manchester. Check them out. AllanHavey.com and at Allan Havey.
Okay, so with two L's, the wrong way.
Allan.
Allan, Havey.
A-L-L.
Yeah.
A-L-L.
So, how is it performing in other countries?
Great. I've been to Amsterdam, London, Australia a couple times. And remember, I saw Chris Rock at the Comedy Cellar, which is another great reason to go there. You see all the greats.
Right.
And it was like 10, 12 years ago. You just got back from Australia because you don't have to change anything. The internet, they get everything.
I got to do that.
They know what's going on.
Except they all hate Jews. That's the only
No,
problem.
they don't.
Leo wants to know
Alan,
if you're going to be...
not a Jew. You don't understand. Go ahead. What?
Leo wants to know if you're going to be in Miami Beach again.
No, I haven't been to Miami for a while. I don't see myself. Here's the thing. I keep my bookings: Vegas, Tahoe, Hennessy Springs.
I can't with the Tahoe.
West
I hate
Coast.
the
So
hotel.
If I get an acting job, I can go back. This is a big
Sorry,
commitment.
Leah.
Sorry, Leah. Oh, Leah Sutton.
Yeah.
I love Leah.
I love
Hi,
Leah.
Leah. Hi, Leah.
Oh, wow. They knew
Green
it was
Street.
you. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, we love Leah Sutton. That's where Leah Sutton ran Green Street, where Alan met his wife.
Yes, it wasn't for Leah.
Yeah, Leah's a she's
I'd
done
be
a
a
lot
happy
for a
man
lot of
today.
people.
I'd be single swinging, baby.
Yeah, bitches.
Come on.
Do you have a booking agent or you do
No,
it yourself?
I have booked myself for the last 20 years.
What?
Yeah.
Good for you, Allan Havey. 10%.
I tried to get a few guys interested. If they didn't, okay.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I wish I had the gumption.
Thank God for Bud, because he
Yeah.
booked me in Vegas and Tahoe and New Orleans when he had the club there. So that really kept...
Bud was good for
And
me
I've never
too.
been, a big road guy. I don't like to go on the road a lot. I like being at home. I like auditioning.
Yeah.
I worked that. Finally, it came through. I got a great manager, Naomi Odenkirk and Brooke Pobjoy at Odenkirk Provzerio Entertainment.
Is that any relation to Bob Odenkirk?
Yeah, that's Bob's wife. Yeah.
I love Bob Odenkirk.
Me too.
He's a great
Better
guy.
Call Saul.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's amazing.
Yeah.
Saul. So we ask our guests 2 questions.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't think so.
No, absolutely not. First question, because we're very pro mental health. I have major anxiety. I've suffered from a bad clinical depression. So we're very pro medication. So we always ask our guests if they've ever been on any antidepressant or anything.
No.
Knew it. I knew it.
No.
Okay.
And I have problems with depression.
Yeah.
And but not debilitating.
Therapy?
Yeah, therapy. After my dad passed away, I was in New York. I was in
Sorry.
therapy for about 3 years.
Right.
And
Meditation is so good
meditation
because it
really
teaches
helped.
you how to
Meditate.
what thoughts are real, what thoughts are what's fear, what you're doing. Yeah, it's just great. I did cognitive behavioral too, and that's helpful as well.
I consider myself pretty lucky.
Yeah.
I think exercise, meditation,
Absolutely, exercise very
diet,
important.
and,
Endorphins.
just attitude.
Yeah.
Just taking.
Yeah, my pocket
here's,
about it,
Here's
too.
what really helped me. About 10 years ago, the car we had bought, the radio went on the fritz. Mm-hmm. So I took it in. They go, it's going to cost $600 because it was a Bose.
Right.
I go, $600? No, the radio. Yeah, $600. I go, forget it. So I didn't have a radio or any music in the car for like 5-6 years. So when I would drive in L.A., my thoughts were my own.
Wow.
And I think that really helped me just be calm and deal with
Because
stress.
you're not, avoiding. So when they all come at once,
Right. And I talk to myself. I'd sing. Sometimes I'd just be quiet.
Right.
I think it really helped.
I would do some long runs when I was a runner with nothing, and it was really helpful. And when I swim, you can't have, you're with your thoughts.
Well, I ran marathons when
Same.
I first came to New York.
Yeah.
I started
Did you do
running
the New York City Marathon?
3 times, 80,
Once.
81, 82. Boom.
Boom.
What was your time?
4:51.
That's not bad.
Really?
Yeah.
What about you?
3:26.
Fuck you. You're such an asshole.
I was 26
All
years
right.
old. I was skinny.
Right.
I really took it seriously. That gave me confidence.
Right.
Because I was a young bartender. I
Right.
had no confidence.
Right.
And I needed to build my confidence.
It's an amazing feeling when you finish that marathon.
Yes, it's a confidence.
And you see every part of New York. It's like all right, I know you have to go. All right.
No, I just want to show. I got a picture of me finishing. I just
Really?
Yeah, Gary Goldman, who's been running, asked me
I love Gary
to
Goldman.
send a photo. To
Oh, he's going to do the podcast. Hi, Gary. I love you. All right.
Great guy.
He is a great guy. And he's in our tall area. You know?
How tall is he?
Like 6'6".
Oh,
I
okay.
think
Yeah. He's amazing.
he's gotten
He is
bigger. He's
amazing.
7'8" now.
Oh, he
Yeah,
is.
7
That's
feet 8
great.
inches. He's fantastic.
I went to the doctor today. and I'm like about 6'1.5" now.
You doing all right?
No, I've shrunk.
Or like a half inch.
Yeah, about an inch.
I can't
Yeah.
find the picture anyway.
All right. Our final question that we ask all
Okay.
all
So
of our guests.
I feel very blessed and lucky that I'm not on medication.
Right.
Because I got some dark thoughts.
I feel like I take so many pills and I want to stop, but I know that I need them. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But I don't. I wish I sometimes like I meet people and they're like, I don't take a fucking pill and I feel great, and I'm like,
Well, that's good for them.
Yeah.
You know?
What pisses you off more than anything? Like makes you fucking crazy? Like you want to fuck like and anything? Like it could be people walking with their looking at their fucking self. But they're what?
Well, if that really pissed me off, I'd have to get over that.
Right.
Same thing with road rage.
Right.
I realized first 3 or 4 months ago, I can't be getting angry every day.
Right.
I've got to do this. So I do Bing Crosby's voice.
Right. Do it.
That calms down. Well, there's a guy just cut me off. That son of a bitch, he's douchebag of the day. Well, if I'm going to Port Authority because I'm taking a bus to Borgata,
Right.
I go, wow, look at this place. Everybody's going everywhere. So I kind of make everything kind of fun.
Right. I love that.
Self-righteous anger.
Yeah.
People that have to tell you their opinion.
Right.
Or that pontificate on something. I've caught myself doing it.
Right.
That makes me angry.
There's
Just really rude, mean behavior.
Right.
Just for the sake of being mean. Also, in our business, people that run the light.
Oh yeah, that's
I
bad.
can't-
Yeah, I know. And
there's
I used to be a
handful of
big light runner,
I used to.
and I realized what a fucking asshole I was.
Well, thank you and spread the word.
Yeah.
So
I do not do that anymore.
I learned the rules of the show business very
Yeah.
early, watching Carson when I was a kid. And you don't run the lights.
Right.
You don't.
Now let's explain to the people. We get a light when we have 2 minutes left in our set.
Yeah.
And some people will go on, and you know what else pisses me off?
Oh, one guy said, "Oh, is that 2 minutes? That light?"
You know
Oh,
what the
stop!
fucking
You
know
son
the
of a
fucking
bitch!
asshole.
You know exactly what that fucking light means.
You know what I can't stand? People who come in to bump you, right?
Right.
And don't acknowledge it. Like, listen,
Yeah.
I'm really sorry. I have
Uh-huh.
a thing to do, and thank you.
Yeah. Hey, thanks, man. Or
Yeah.
they go up and they do a short because they know there are other comedians.
Right.
You guys go up there, just do
Do
it
an hour.
because I'm a star now.
Right.
I got a Netflix show, or
Right.
I'm somebody.
And fuck you.
Yeah.
And
And listen, happy for your show. Happy that you can come in and bump me.
Right.
Good for you, but don't do 25 minutes.
But it's also whenever I have needed something like to get on, I call first. Is tonight a good night?
Not
What's a good
everybody
time?
is going to do what you want them to. That's
What?
Yeah.
Wait.
I know.
I can. Wait. What?
Don't listen to him.
Yeah.
Don't listen to him. It's okay.
Like people say,
Whatever
well,
you
I don't do that. Of course not, because not everybody's you.
Right.
Alan,
you're very wise.
Well, I had to pull my head out of my ass a couple times, very slowly.
Right.
Because you pull it out too fast, you get dizzy, and you stick it right back up there.
Right.
Again. But thank you.
You're very talented.
Thank you.
I wish you more success. I wish you a part on a Broadway fucking stage for like a fucking great successful show.
I'll live in a studio apartment.
Yeah.
I know. To get
Yeah.
7-8 shows a week to go to a fucking theater.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's why I'm going to Edinburgh. It's an hour a night. I'm working my butt off. I'm challenging myself. I'm a little scared. It's.
Have you ever gone?
No.
I've never done it either.
No.
How'd you get in there? Like, what do you do? You just
John Keyes, the manager
Right.
who I worked with in London, was there, and the Comedy Store booked me back. I was there in September, booked me back in late July. He goes, hey, want to do the Edinburgh Fest. So he set it up. He's underwriting
That's
it.
awesome.
He's got, he has faith in me, and I appreciate that. So I'm doing everything I can
Good
to get
luck.
people out. You come see me in Edinburgh. You're going to have a good time.
I want to go so bad.
And I'm gonna meet a bunch of new comedians.
Right.
I love comedians. I'm gonna
Right.
do little shows. And
Right.
It's gonna be
Right.
fantastic.
How long are you there for?
A month.
Fucking awesome.
And
Is your
then I
wife
go to
coming?
Cork. No, wife's not coming. She's got to work.
Isn't that the
and
best?
Yeah. No, and my wife, I want her to be happy. She's
Right.
got to be happy in a festival atmosphere.
Right, and then you have to worry about her happiness
Yes, and
while
she
you're
knows
doing
that. My
yeah.
wife is very empathetic. She
Right.
gets what I do.
Right.
Great marriage.
Very
My wife
important,
is
yeah.
independent, talented,
Right.
loves me, but she doesn't need me
Right.
to survive.
Right.
You know,
Neither
I
do
need
I.
her.
Yeah. I've enjoyed every moment of this.
I
This
had
has
a great
been
time.
an honor
Really.
for me.
I mean, you're just
Well,
a
thank
fuck.
you.
You're the
Oh,
greatest,
thank you.
Alan. I wish
Very
you
sweet.
only success. I think.
And you,
You know,
too, Judy.
thank
This
you.
is fantastic. I'm happy for you, and you have children.
Mm.
You know, when I first met you, I go, well, she's a lesbian. She's not going to have kids.
Oh yeah.
She can't get married.
Yeah.
And boom.
Boom.
That's
Now
a
I got
great
2
thing.
kids,
You know,
yeah.
my sister's very Catholic. She goes, Alan, this gay marriage. Well, you know, honey. I go, Ann, I've been working around gay people for 40
Right.
years. You know.
It's not about
They're not different than we are.
right.
No, they're just going to hell
And
faster.
they fall in love, and they want to protect their children and their
Right.
spouses.
It's just yeah.
From the state taking their money. They
Right.
want to be able to take that next step.
Right.
Why should we deny them?
Right.
You know,
And
it's
she
love.
said, Jesus, Jesus, Jesus.
No, you know, she's, you know.
It's really about proper. I mean, as I've said, when gay marriage passed, people did not go to synagogues and churches to get married. They went to City Hall
Right.
to get their rights that they are entitled to.
Human rights, baby.
Oh my God, my kids don't stop calling. All right, listen, Alan.
Judy, thank you.
Thank you for
Hennessy,
being
thank
here.
Thank you
are
so
the
much.
best.
Good luck with the cock. You're gonna love it,
Yeah.
dude.
Oh, thank
yeah,
you.
no, it's nothing like a cock.
He needs a
Yeah.
fucking cock.
Yeah.
Because
Right? Something
he's
to-
so annoying.
Maybe I'll get a new one. Maybe I'll get
Yeah.
an update.
You
Yeah.
should-
Can you do that?
We could do we could go in together.
No, that's cool.
No, you don't want to pick each other's dicks?
I don't want to group on. No.
Oh,
dude.
all right.
No.
Okay. All right. You're
No.
still getting a picture of mine though.
Yeah.
No.
I
do
have your
not-
email.
Please do
It's gonna
not.
happen.
do not send me
Love
pictures
you
of dick.
guys.
It's so rude.
Yeah.
We didn't do that in the old days.
Balls are not good.
We drew pictures of our dick.
yeah.
You've been a beautiful crowd. Thank you,
but
Judy.
thank you, Alan Havey.
and thank
Check
all
out
3 of you for being
Yes.
here today.
Check out Alan at AlanHavey.com, at Alan Havey on all the social media.
And I'm gonna get-
ALLAN.
And I'm going to get my
HAVEY.
Twitter thing going. I'm going to get that back up and running.
Nice.
Yeah, you got to do Twitter. You're so fucking smart.
I'm not that smart.
Oh, all right.
I'm just
He's
lazy.
not that smart.
He sounds like a comic.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Thank you. And as we always say, so long.
And everything was wonderful. I'll see you soon. Thank you for the visit. So long.